In 1963, Benjamin Smith, a convicted criminal with a history of daring heists, executed a dramatic escape from Devon Prison in the UK. His escape added to the lore of notorious British prison breaks during the early 1960s, a time marked by heightened criminal activity and several high-profile escapes. Benjamin Smith was serving a long sentence in Devon Prison, a facility known for housing serious offenders. Smith had been involved in several armed robberies across the country and was considered a dangerous and determined criminal. Despite the prison security measures, Smith was keen on finding a way out. He had a reputation for being cunning and resourceful, and over time, he observed the routines of the guards, the layout of the prison, and the weaknesses in its security systems. Like many prisoners at the time, Smith believed that with careful planning, escape was possible. Smith's escape plan was both ingenious and well-coordinated. Over months, he began to collect information and resources that would aid in his escape. One of his key strategies was to build relationships with fellow inmates and gain their trust, which allowed him to receive help and support in his breakout attempt. He discovered that one of the lesser-guarded areas of the prison, a maintenance section, had vulnerabilities that could be exploited. This part of the prison, used for repair work, was not as closely monitored as other areas, and Smith saw it as his opportunity to break free. On the night of the escape, Smith put his plan into action. He managed to slip away from his cell during a routine head count, disguising himself as a worker in the maintenance area. Using smuggled tools, Smith was able to break through the weakened infrastructure of the maintenance section, which led to an external service yard. From there, he scaled the prison's outer wall, a feat that required not only physical strength, but precise timing to avoid the attention of patrolling guards. Once over the wall, Smith ran through the nearby countryside, where he had arranged for a getaway vehicle to be waiting for him. The escape went unnoticed for several hours, giving Smith a crucial head start before the prison authorities realized he was missing. By the time they launched a search, Smith was long gone, making his way toward a safe house prepared by his criminal associates. Benjamin Smith's escape from Devon Prison triggered a nationwide manhunt. Police and prison officials were heavily criticized for the security lapses that allowed such a dangerous criminal to break free. The media covered the story extensively, turning Smith into a notorious figure. Despite the intense search efforts, Smith managed to evade capture for several weeks. He moved across the UK, using false identities and relying on his criminal network to stay hidden. Eventually, in a small town in Scotland, Smith was apprehended after a tip-off from a local resident who recognized him. Upon his recapture, Smith was returned to prison, where he faced additional time for his escape attempt. The incident led to significant changes in prison security at Devon and other UK prisons, as authorities sought to prevent similar escapes in the future.